That's the fun thing, though. There, I feel like there's a bit ways to describe it. In a sense, Omniverse did get it right, where it's like there is basically just a whole omniverse of universes, but it's like the thing with that they didn't get right is they were only focused on their multiverse of things. There are many multiverses out there.
That's what I meant.
But, and that's what I classify. That's what's classified as an actual omniverse. Because there's multi, which is many, and then there's omni, which is all. So like each multiverse is a cluster of universes, all of which are usually focused around some sort of theme. Like there's the Ben 10 multiverse, the Danny Phantom one,
which
doesn't.
I
guess if you go into NYL, you do find the in between those multiverses, because there are some little. It's just like Venn diagrams. There are little in betweens with multiverses where you are able to cross over into another.
The multiverse is something we know frighteningly little about.
Yeah, the multiverse can be a bit chaotic.
That one. Blueberry would love it.
Yeah. M would too. But yeah.
M has to join our next Pepsilon stream in 2 weeks.
It depends on if she's available. I feel like I think what. So I have talked with her between now and our last Ben 10 stream, which she'll be able to join next week if she's available. I'm pretty sure the issue with her joining or not is just a matter of she's not available. I'm pretty sure she wants to join, she's just not available at those specific times. Well, on those specific days anyways. It's like, it's not a guaranteed thing, so. Most Mondays she's likely to be available, it's just a matter if something comes up or not. So.
And then there's this.
Either way. Now, of course, I think the fun thing is there are certain beings across the multiverse where it's like, that's where the 50% start becoming 100%, where it's like they're universal constants, where they are in every single universe across every multiverse across all the entire omniverse.
I have something interesting to say.
Those beings that are a bit more in tune with the actual omniverse itself.
When did this become a philosophy lecture?
When we started talking about the multiverse. I don't know how we got on this topic, but we did at some point.
Me trying to
make Paradox is one of those beings. Just he knows he's not. Just he knows there aren't many other beings he can talk about this kind of stuff with in his universe or multiverse.
We agree that Paradox is one of the best characters.
Paradox is a good character.
I'm not a huge fan of his redesign in Omniverse, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's the fun thing. It's hard to tell. I think Paradox, the fun thing with Paradox is he's one of the many characters where it's like you can't really give him a set timeline. Like, sure, there's the timeline of when he first appeared in the series versus where he is now, but it's like that's not his technical timeline. If you go from like a timeline from most of these timeline sort of things, is like from the characters themselves' perspective, which it's hard to tell for sure how far along he was from his perspective in the Ben 10 timeline, prime timeline and whatnot, compared to when he first met that Ben, when we first saw him. That is the fun thing about the constant being.
I actually know of a dimension where all timelines leak into. It's
omniversal
an omniversal dimension, basically.
The omni-constant beings.
Yeah, so to speak, but you don't want to go. You don't want to go in that dimension. It's terrible there.
Yeah. I think the fun thing with each multiverse is they each have their own technical prime timeline universe, where it's like they all have something where all of that multiverse can connect to.
You know, some universes
like we see it in the Ben 10 omniverse, of course, but it's like, and then of course there's also the Earth Prime that's the center of the omniverse. I don't think anyone really knows where it is. Not even the omni-constant beings.
There are some Earths that are used to grow creatures like turtles.
I'm not sure. I don't think even Paradox knows. Somewhere out there is an Earth Prime that has something in common, where it was the first universe, but it's like
I don't know. Think that one time when Paradox mentioned another universe over from where the Alien Force group was, that he'd say he didn't like it at all. I like to imagine that was the reboot.
I believe it might have been. It's hard to say for sure. I think the fun thing is even the reboot has some universes that are technically deals with universes in the multiverse that aren't technically seen in the Ben 10 series. Like, yes, the characters are similar enough, but it's like there are slight differences in so much that they're from different dimensions, different alterations of the Prime timeline.
I'm going to give points. I'm going to do the one thing I will probably never do again and give points to the reboot for doing one thing right, and that is acknowledging the previous few timelines. Yeah. That's it. That's the only thing I'll acknowledge it did.
That's the only good thing it did.
Well, also give me another Generator Rex crossover. I thought that was nice.
Yeah, that was cool.
I never saw any of these things. I just know they happened. I get points, but I don't.
I think most of what I've seen of the reboot is just clips. I don't actually watch it.
I wouldn't either. It just does not fit. Also, this is like the first Guardian I've run into in like a hot minute.
Fair enough.
Are they all bothering you?
No. I think it's just we got rid of a good chunk of them, and so it takes them a bit to spawn back in.
Alright.
I think they're mostly spawning on the interior versus the exterior.
The real annoying part is with the way the way I can see things, I can't tell if...
Am I fine to take those water-breathing potions in the Kelp Shulker box, by the way?
I left them there for you.
Neat.
So yeah, I know of one dimension where all timelines of that multiverse flow into.
Which one?
You know what? Let me just say I really need to show you that one show. There's
Fun.
Yeah, but you don't want to go to that dimension. There are awful things in that place.
I think the fun thing is, I suppose there's a chance that we're currently in Earth Prime, like of the Omniverse, but it's hard to say for certain.
I used to hate Omniverse because I thought it was not as good as Alien Force. I have since then.
Like Omniverse.
I have since then changed my opinion of it. I don't think it's as good as Alien Force or Ultimate Alien, but I do think it's a good show.
Yeah. Can't argue with it. It is a good show.
I just wasn't a huge fan of replacing Kevin and Gwen with other characters that I don't really care around here as much. I also like Kevin and Gwen's redesigns in Omniverse. I think they fit them pretty well.
Yeah, that was neat.
Also Omniverse to the one thing I want since the season 1 finale of Alien Force.
What?
Or at least I think it was the season 1 finale. Don't quote me on that. A controllable alien.
It might have been the season 2.
A controllable Alien X.
No, yeah, it was season 1 of Alien Force. Actually, I think another fun thing I saw in that video I was mentioning before the stream, not in our conversation, is apparently with the completed Omnitrix, you can get once you get full control, it's permanent versus the others where it's like it's not permanent once you get full control.
That's why he can't. That's why Azimuth promised him master control at certain points.
Yeah.
He knew.
Yeah, the completed Omnitrix in the add-on can always access full control of Alien X after he unlocks it for the first time.
Crap.
He unlocked it for the first time, but it's like
I left my
None of the other
box.
Omnitrixes can.
Get over here.
Oh, there's a shulker box right here.
Yeah, I left it on accident.
Neat.
But,
Fair enough.
Azimuth honestly got better as the multiple series continued.
Fun thing is, smart as Azimuth is, he's only been limited to the Ben 10 multiverse, so he's not an omniconstant being.
I wonder
Would have been nice. He probably could have made the cut, but it's like, meh.
I wonder if a council of alternate azimuths would just be hanging around.
Oh yeah, there's a couple of universes that attempted that in Ben 10 multiverse at one point. Did not necessarily go too well once the other azimuths found out and started questioning, why aren't we a part of this?
Okay, let me question this real quick. Team Ben or 10 Ben? Which is better? Just in your opinion.
Question.
I've grown to love Alien Force Ben to a point where he is in my absolute.
I can't agree, honestly.
Omniverse counts as well, since that one pretty much was the same. Although I was a less fan of Ben when he was way too cocky.
You can definitely see the start of it in the beginning of Alien Force Season 3, after the hybrid invasion. It's
Yep.
like, after that point, it's a bit on and off of his ego and whatnot, but you can
He got
definitely...
better. He definitely got better when Ultimate Alien rolled around.
Yeah.
To a point where he was very much against the whole celebrity status thing that was thrown upon him.
Mm-hmm. I think my favorite thing about the Omniverse, Ben, is it's a good mix up between mature Ben and immature Ben.
You're not wrong.
It's like the perfect mix of all his personality.
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be. And all it took was his
Yeah.
cousin and his best friend going somewhere else.
Yeah, and for him to find Rook.
Rook is okay, I guess.
Rook is a character.
He exists. That's it. That is all
Fair.
I got.
Fair.
I mean, he has his moments.
He does.
He also has a gun.
The proto tool, yes. I wonder how long until they add some of the other things from the shows in, like, the proto tool / proto
Honestly,
armor.
I don't know.
They started adding magic stuff, so I think Gwen's powers and being an Ananite and whatnot is not too far away.
Real talk, could Ben turn into an Ananite?
I feel like what they could be doing is they could be adding powers one at a time, starting with the Omnitrix and going from there.
Kind of funny to think about that Ben has technically always been part alien.
Technically, yeah. I suppose another thing, if you think about it, there's a chance, not a high chance, but there's a chance that there's an Anodite DNA in the Omnitrix.
That is what I was thinking of. Could he access those powers if he, like, unlocked it?
I don't know. It is a good question,
Or
though.
could he unlock, like, his own inside his own DNA?
I suppose technically it is confirmed in Alien Force Season 2, I think? I'm pretty sure Season 2? Where it's like, human DNA is in the Omnitrix database. So it's like, technically speaking, he could transform into human DNA at one point. I don't know what that would do, though.
I can't help
It could be... I feel like... What are you saying?
I was gonna say, I wonder how certain aliens that we have that would be in human form if they had the Omnitrix.
I don't know. See, I think a fun thing about the human DNA is I feel like the main reason Ben will never access it on or off camera is because I feel like it probably takes a note of the DNA of the species or whatnot that the Omnitrix is attached to, and then locks that transformation no matter what.
He did turn that
from
one,
that person.
He did turn that one. What's it called into a human? I
What?
forgot, the thing, the core.
Unitrix?
Yeah, that.
That wasn't him. That was technically Gwen because he took her DNA for it.
Yeah, close enough.
I suppose technically, doesn't that make Eunice his cousin?
Legally?
Because it was made from Gwen's DNA. Eunice was made from Gwen's DNA, so technically speaking, she's his cousin.
Well, that's
What?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit to think about. A little bit to think about, like, genuinely, it's like, wait a minute.
The timing of what I heard in your background was way too unpleasant.
Yeah, that was my sister. I don't know if she was doing that with what we were talking about or not. It might have been for all I know.
I don't think so, but either way, that was very well timed.
It was. It was.
To quote one of my
Yeah, it's like technically Eunice is his cousin. Especially, it's weird. It's genuinely weird to think about that sort of thing.
It is very weird. Almost as weird
She
as
was
the
made
one
from Gwen's DNA. Or would that make Gwen her mom? That gets even weirder to think about, actually. It's even weirder.
Yep.
It's just weird to think about the fact that Eunice was made from Gwen's DNA. I'm gonna break this and place it one lower. It's because it's gonna bug me if I don't.
Oh, that was ominous.
Should probably go get that.
Yeah, what? I see everything floating above. It's kind of pretty, actually. Yeah, I mean, all the floating stuff is kind of pretty.
Kinda, yeah.
Oh my god.
Then you get up here and it's like, oh boy.
Have we acknowledged that we're basically polluting the ocean?
No. We're polluting the ocean and then picking up the trash that we dumped into the ocean.
Truly, we are... You know, the funny thing is, if we would have had a conduit, literally everything we have done here would have been a lot easier, because we wouldn't have to have gone back to potions at all.
Fair.
After all, our boat is.
Alright, might still be at the nether portal for all we know.
I see it.
See it?
I keep parking it so far away.
I usually just pick it up just so it's quick and easy to get a hold of in a moment's notice.
I don't do that to save as much inventory as I can. Also, there's a pirate ship not far from where we are.
I think we might have already looted that, because I've definitely got some pirate ship loot in a shulker box. Plus, we had to get the Heart of the Sea from somewhere.
We've probably gone. I don't doubt that we've gone on in that place, but I also don't doubt that we might not have. Because we also...
Possibly. It's hard to say for sure, though.
We've definitely gone through more than one shipwreck.
Probably.
Do you imagine Azimuth using the Omnitrix to turn into a human?
Oh. We do know he used it before, it's just... he didn't turn into anything aside from the bed.
Place.
We looted it?
Yeah, it's empty.
Okay. Especially with how close it was to the ocean monument we found.
Yeah, it makes sense. I just wasn't sure.
That's why I was leaning more towards it probably was looted.
I see a laser shooting at you.
I know.
Yeah.
Whee.
What?
Yeah, now it's genuinely a matter of getting that glass wall set up.
Well, there's still some stuff I have to break. There's still a little bit more I have to break. But... like, there's this part right here. We almost got this whole part cleared. Then the rest of this is just glass.
Yeah.
Let's pick up copper. I did just pick up copper. Ow.
I felt what we could do with all these blocks, where excess blocks are breaking, we could use them to fill in like the area and such.
That's not a bad idea.
Like little gaps we're not gonna be
Stop shooting
about.
me.
Shooting,
Okay.
shooting players is bad for Guardian's health because it means that we now notice them and we're gonna kill them.
Should have brought some axolotls. We used to go. We used to go look for freaking caves and usually I forgot the name of. Usually,
Fine.
I was supposed to want an axolotl.
Axolotls are cool. Cherry blossoms the fourth.
Cherry blossoms are coming.
I got two other cherry blossoms. I'm trying to remember what happened to the first one. I think the first one was on a server that is currently dead. Second one is on Origins SMP. I am on with Gem and M. And then the third one is on Duo's SMP.
Okay, so
That M got me, I think.
all right, so
M
we're actually
Fairy got me.
we're actually about out of time here.
Yeah, I am noticing that as well.
All right, so I'll between now and next time I'll get the part of the dome set up so that way you and I can work on it
Start draining
simultaneously
it.
and finish it up, and then we can drain it.
Yeah. And then next week we're gonna be on the Ben 10 world. I have done a little bit in between streams with that one, but it's like
That's kind of what we do.
nothing too big.
All right, well,
Like
I'm
I set up an area. I figured out what I'm gonna be doing for each of my Wilderness Tower. Well, as made the roof look a bit nicer, but I think that's about it.
I think
No,
it's
I also got some.
just stuff.
I got the Tinker's stations in my house set up. So I did that as well. Because I figured it'd probably be a good idea to get that worked out. Seeing as we're going to be working on Nether / Tinker's Construct and such in about a week.
All right, sorry.
Also, another thing I did find in my testing, there is no way for infinite lava. I'm accepting this, but
Good.
there is a way to auto pump it out and put it into like tanks where we can move it around and such, make it easier and such to move between lava pools and
That
such.
sounds mentally annoying, but also at the same time interesting.
It's basically just an easier way to like manually move the lava from one source to another.
Huh.
And with the fact that we're mainly going to be using the lava in the Tinker's Construct thing, it's not like we're going to be using too much. So, we should be fine either way.
All right, well,
Yeah, either way, we're still a good bit away from that anyways, but not too far.
well, everyone, this has been it's been an interesting one. Like we did some progress, but honestly, we would have probably finished this if I would have realized how the landscape was.
Probably would have had a higher chance.
But next,
I wouldn't say anything's guaranteed though, so.
so yeah, next time we're on the world, we'll finish up the water temple.
Yeah.
On YouTube video wise, I might just jump it so that way it's done by the time we're in one video. Maybe I don't know.